Sagittarius, this is your astrological forecast for October 2016, and your main focus this month is all about being social. It's groups, it's your friends, it's your hopes and dreams, and time to expand it. What really has shifted for you since last month is Jupiter has moved now into your 11th house, which is going to now expand this area of your hopes and dreams. You've had this whole last year where Jupiter was in your 10th house for career, but between now and the end of summer of 2017, you will come to see how important people may be coming into your life that can be supportive of you, that can help you obtain your dreams, your goals and hopes and so forth. But it's also a happy-go-lucky time to interact with friends, maybe even drawing new friends into your circle, which is great. And the sun right now is here cruising through that same area, so you will come to find at least here that this is a month where you're going to just want to hang a little freer, a little bit loose, have more fun. Last month there was a lot of work, but this month it's a little different. We have Venus, which rules love. It is currently in your 12th house as we start off the month, and in the sign of Scorpio. So this allows us all to go deeper into our emotions, feel those passions and what's really truly important to us. And for you, Sagittarius, it being in the 12th house also means that you're looking at what's behind the veils, what's important to you that may not be coming out into the open or public yet at this time, but it will be. Once we hit the 18th of the month, Venus is going to cross your rising sign, the ascendants, and into your sign. And when we have Venus in our own personal sign, like you will have for the rest of October, it is such a great time because all that beautiful Venusian energy comes to the surface. It comes out to express itself. It's happy-go-lucky energy, and it is the time when females, for the most part, really are most attractive. Why? Because we're radiating out to the world through the rising sign that Venus energy. You can also come to feel that you're going to secure something important this month when Venus comes into contact here with Saturn. That's not before the end of the month, but then you can tie something of longevity to, say, an agreement that you set up. Maybe it's new love, or maybe you're going to purchase something. Venus doesn't just rule love, it rules money and worldly goods too. And Saturn here is wanting to look at something that could actually last for a very long time, and I think you're going to feel quite happy with whatever that might just be for you, Sagittarius. Mars currently is in your 2nd house for money and income, so I see how you're going to be shedding some more light on where the money's coming from, where it's going, crunching numbers, getting those things all set up. Mars is going to help you and support you to get this done and get all your ducks in a row, because it only visits this area for your finances once every 2 years. All right, so this is your chance. It's your opportunity to really look at it and ask yourself, how can I grow this area? How can I become more dynamic? And dynamic is a key word of Mars, since it's our drive, our goals, our ambitions, but it's working its way up to Pluto, which is there. And when the two of them come together, voila, we got magic. That's not before November. So whatever you lay now in your foundation of your finances, you will come to see what it's going to do for you, for better or worse, in November, depending on your awareness and looking at how to change it for the better. You will see how you can attract more money, and then in that case it could also be big money. It could also be a big expense too, depending on where you have your planets in your natal chart. Of course, if you have good aspects coming up to this, that will trigger it and bring the good in. Now if you're up against squares in your own personal birth chart, well, then you might have the challenges, but that's not something I can see from here. I can only see the transits, not your birth chart, right? So listen, let's see, top of the month here, it's starting off beautifully with Venus and Neptune in a trine, which is dream state galore, all right? It is for all of you artists that are self-expressive out there doing your thing. You might find full downloads of inspirational music coming and flowing through you. If you're a painter, dancer, sculptor, whatever that might be, you might just see how everything is really just coming together seamlessly, nearly, because the flow is there and you want to capture it. And that could be with you for the first couple of days here in October. By the 5th, I see how you're securing something. That is the Sun and Saturn. And Saturn always wants to look at the long term of things to secure it, you know, with longevity. So this could be important to you as far as your personal self, because that's where Saturn is. And I can see you, Sagittarius, how you're trying to root and ground your day-to-day life, taking on more responsibility. The Sun here, of course, is from your 11th house. So it's your hopes and dreams and how you're meshing this together, bring it down into the material level, the physical level, that is, from this ethereal level. On the 5th and 7th, you might feel a little challenged because Mars wants to do something and it wants to act quickly. And there might be an opportunity where you might think, I gotta do it now or it will pass. Now, if it's good, it's good. That depends on your birth chart, not upon these aspects that I'm seeing. Because I'm seeing that the impulsiveness of it, if it is triangulating to anything in your chart, then that could be good. But it could also go the opposite way, where things can actually be regretted if you act too quickly, too impulsively, without doing your research first, okay? So just a little caution. By the 11th, however, I feel that not only have you done research, but there's more information coming your way. This is going to allow you to really know now what you're dealing with. That communication could be like a key in the door, opening up for something that is really excellent, okay? Expanding your world, and this could come to you from somebody in your social circle of friends, and or from a group. So pay attention to who's saying what to you, right? And also on the very same day, Mars kicks into action. That's your drive, and this drive now is beautifully aligning itself with Neptune, which is your hopes and dreams, all that ideal energy that you're trying now to obtain. So this is beautiful, beautiful days here, just around here the 11th, and it follows through to the 13th and 14th, where there's more communication, initiations of new beginnings, and your energy is so aligned. It's more like I see you finding your wave and surfing it, right? And in surfing it, you're feeling you're in control, you're mastering it, and the 13th has to do with good news, or you giving out some good news, a green light, which has to do with the direction that you're taking, Saturn coming in to secure it, and giving it roots, okay? So whatever this is, it can actually stay with you for a long time, at least for the next 2 years, is what you're setting up right now. Then we have a little bit of a disappointment on the 25th, and that could be romantically involved or it could be financially involved. This is because Venus, which rules both areas, are in a hard angle to Neptune, which, if it's not well aspected, then it can bring disappointments. Well aspected, then we have the dream, like as we start off on top of the month, we have that dreamy romantic energy. But right now, under the square, might just be unfulfilled hopes, promises, maybe a date that gets delayed, you might get stood up or something, but it's all going to fall back into place quickly. And that is because that very same Venus that was hurt or a little bit wounded there on the 25th is now going to have the kiss and makeup from nonetheless that Jupiter herself, which is going to bring everything out in such a beautiful, gracious, and in a way that she'll be generous with you, okay? So you're not going to feel the loss. But there is a day I would like to caution for all of us, and that is on the 28th here at Sagittarius, when Mars and Uranus are squaring off on each other, hard aspect. I call it the earthquake aspect. And this is because it rules the earth, it rules motion, it rules tension, fission, and when we have enough friction building up over time, the tectonic plates give, right? And that's Uranus, that snaps. Now, it's not just Mother Earth with her tectonic plates, it's us too. We have that within us, all living things do. And so there's a day of tension. People might be short-tempered, they might snap, you might snap, we might snap, right? So it's fast moving, thank God, because Mars is really picking up a lot of speed. But we just want to pay attention when we're out and about, especially if we're out driving, as Mars rules transportation and so forth, and people not really paying attention to details, because in their mind they're kind of thinking of who snapped at them earlier in the day and so forth. So they're not really aligned. So careful in traffic. We can also come to see that electrical things might blow up on us. Say the computer can suddenly stop working, or the software might go haywire. It's typical. You know, we have this every once in a while. We all experience it from time to another. And it's typical under one of these Uranus-Mars aspects. However, though, I see that whatever it is, Venus is coming in behind it, restoring it. Now, if your software is not working on you because of the tension, we might think that we're transferring our attention to the computer, whereas the computer itself, everything on the planet is under the influence of both Mars and Uranus. Everything. You know, all of us, but everything on the planet too. So just step aside and you'll see the next day it will function again. And harmony is restored. Venus and Saturn comes in. If anything was lost, it looks like you can find it. Venus and Saturn here now really bringing things up to a level of, here we go, we start again by square one, right? So listen, so on the 7th we have Mercury changing signs coming out of your area of career, where you're going to be focusing a whole lot more on socializing with friends. Communication is going to be very important. How you relate to certain groups and so forth, and you can really benefit from this, especially because Jupiter is there, right? So there could be new contacts coming into your world. On the 18th, we have Venus moving out of your 12th house. That's operating behind the sun and into your first house, crossing the ascendants there, and into your sign. So you should see that after the 18th, you'll have a lot of that happy-go-lucky energy alongside with you, Sagittarius. And then on the 22nd, I'm sorry, then the sun is moving into Scorpio, which for you will be into your 12th house. So you have till the 22nd to actually do the most work out and about there in your groups, all right, and in your socializing energy, because then the last week you're just wanting to kind of rest up a little bit. We got Halloween here with the sun in beautiful aspects to both Mars and Pluto, which really is going to bring more of the gory scenes of Halloween costumes. If it was Neptune and Venus, we'll have more of the fairy godmothers and so forth, all of that, which is more Cinderella-like. But right now it's going to be more so the monsters coming out. So you're probably going to have some great inspiration to make something along those lines this year. And you'll come to see who's knocking on your door as well. And then, of course, on the 30th, we have the new moon, and the new moon for you is in the 12th house. And that is when we put down our intentions, which is now you telling yourself that it's good to have a little time to kind of just retreat, be in your own head. It's so important in that busy day-to-day life, always interacting with others, but to be able to kind of just withdraw a little bit so you can hear that inner chatter. That is what your new moon should be as far as your intentions go. So listen, you'll see there's two icons here right under the video, your Astro Weekly and your Tarot Weekly. If you're on the monitor listening to this, you can click straight on it, go directly there no matter when you tune in throughout the month, because it's always on an updated playlist. Same thing with the Tarot, makes it easier for you to find. But if you're listening to this forecast on your phone, you can't really click on it the same way, so you'll find it in the description down below. So listen, Sagittarius, always good seeing you, and I will see you in November. Have a good one now.